This content cop really is lightning in a bottle. Like, it had to take somebody who is definitely socially awkward. I am
Hey,
Baba Booey. Baba
you.
I am assuming things right now, but since he was literally making music for Yahyed somewhere, I'm just.
I was 15.
He was doing Five Nights at Freddy's fan games and music for the Yandere simulator.
No. Okay. So before we get to Sykkuno, there was this video sent to me on my Discord. What's your channel, sir? Manic the Manic Mechanic. This was sent to me on my Discord. Apparently it was uploaded today, and it talks about the content cop clones, and I am in it. And I don't know if this is going to be nice or mean, but I wanted to see it. It was sent in my Discord, and I'm actually kind of interested since I'm doing my next content cop for my next video. Interested to hear any potential criticism or slander or whatever. I don't know if this video is going to be nice to me or not. I don't really care, because I mean, if I dish it, I should be able to take it, I guess. But this would be interesting, and I figured I'd help out a small channel in any way. So here's the link in the chat. We're gonna watch this. Yeah.
iDubbbz has had a historic downfall.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Somebody who was once known as the content cop of YouTube is now relegated to his wife's mother's basement and is eating the scraps of BreadTube's Twitch viewership, getting only roughly 200 live concurrent viewers.
This video also talks about a few other people, which is interesting. I've seen a few of the other like content cops on iDubbbz. I haven't watched all of them, and most of them were fine. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna judge others, but I thought, no hate. I thought they were pretty good.
And since everybody loves to see somebody become absolutely humiliated,
now,
we
I wonder
of
if this
course
is
have
only
a
about my
litany
iDubbbz video
of YouTube videos criticizing iDubbbz.
Yeah.
It has even become a cottage industry, in fact. But let me ask you this: if you lacked any originality whatsoever, what would you call your video on the guy that used to make content cop? Well, surely you would just make a content cop on him, right? So today I have picked out 4 different content cops that
thanks for the nose picking shot, man.
we'll be reviewing today, ranging from the ones that you already know to the obscure, from the American to the British, from the famous to the literally lost media.
I'm famous?
I've chosen these 4 based off of the following criteria. The video title had to say that it was a content cop. The person in the video had to dress up like a cop, and the video had to be criticizing iDubbbz in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so
this is only about my iDubbbz video, I guess.
There are plenty of other videos I had to leave on the cutting room floor, so if you would like for me to do a part 2, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're aware of any other content cops made by others, then be sure to shout them out in the comment section down below, and perhaps I'll be able to react to them and add them into part 2.
Okay, so there's a part 2 on the way. Oh, so that's funny as fuck, the the White Claw. I assume Big Bungie's gonna be in here somewhere, right? Yeah, I've seen this guy's recreation. He actually like followed me on Twitter and said like that my video was like an inspiration for his, which was cool. I think Nick Nobody made one. I didn't watch it all the way, but his was on Anissa. And then there was a few others that I haven't seen. I haven't seen the British one or anything. Which is funny because I know I might get some shit for saying this, but like I typically think like fake content, and this is going to be rich coming from me. And I understand why not everybody's going to like me doing content cop, because I also think that in many cases, people who have imitated content cop in the past have been really cringe and really poorly made, and they just don't understand it. Mainly, the person I'm thinking of is like the Dog Pack 404 character in Soggy Cereals. And I've just seen that a lot in the recreations. Now, that's no hate to this guy or anybody else in this video. There is some shade to Dog Pack, though. That guy fucking sucks. He's a clown. But a lot of them just named their commentary video content cop without actually going for it. And, I mean, no hate, whatever. But, like, that's why I understand why people, like, have given me shit. And also, maybe they just don't like me doing it. And that's fine. I don't really care. It's whatever. I'm having fun doing it. And these other people have made some not solid videos as well. So, yeah, let's go.
But with that said, let's get straight into it.
Let's go. Let's go.
So the first of the videos,
shout out to Nuggs. Nuggs made a pretty good video,
that we're taking a look at is by Nuggs TV being content cop Anissa's husband, which I think is a fairly good play on words. Obviously, the whole meme is that Anissa's kind of the puppet master of iDubbbz,
right?
So calling iDubbbz Anissa's husband, fair enough. But the really
I'm a little anxious. It's like, what if he like absolutely hates me?
Funny part is that this content cop is actually lost media.
Wait, what?
But if it wasn't for me actually researching this video well ahead of time, knowing I was going to react to this video could have just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Oh, it's relisted. Okay, so, I was like, what? I didn't know that.
Luckily, I still have the link, and this video is unlisted, but I can still react to it. The unlisting of the content cop video seemed to have coincided with a channel rebranding from his real name to Nuggs TV, but that's enough of the strange circumstances surrounding the content cop. Let's talk about the content cop itself. So I know the bar is really in hell after the content cop H3, where iDubbbz just kind of sits in a room. Like, really, this shit is so bad. It's so unentertaining. He just sits there and talks with a skit at the very beginning and end with very minimal editing.
The end wasn't even a skit.
And I must say, this Nuggs TV content cop is.
And by the way, I won't hate on anybody for just sitting there for most of the video, and like, you don't have to, right? You don't have to add tons of crazy sketches, but the effort in editing and maybe effects or maybe costume designs for something like this is kind of like, that's kind of was always par for the course in many cases, or like gags, like making fun of the content style, like trying to recreate it or improve it in like in a unique way. So like that's always a part of the formula that I feel like a lot of people miss, but or they only just think of like the leafier rice gum one.
Way better because it has editing and humor and skits.
Yeah.
Is that really what you think your content cops were? Just 20 minutes of you shouting slurs? If that's all you did, nobody would have liked you.
They weren't?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy iDubbbz. Welcome to a new content cop.
In today's video, we're talking about Tanamangu, but we're also talking about...
For the most part, yes, it is Nuggs himself just sitting in a chair talking about content cop, but he actually sometimes gets out of it and does little wacky poses. Maybe he might just say something relatively funny, does the funny iDubbbz voice. I will say with that skit in the beginning, he probably should have invested in a dead cat or something to actually block the wind from completely raping my ears.
Yeah, okay, so when filming the first one, I was really scared of something like that happening. So like, I had 3 different things recording my voice. We had the camera's audio, I had my phone audio, and then my buddy had like because I have an iPhone, he had a Samsung phone, so I had his audio on me too. So we were really afraid of the wind fucking with us or something.
Is this now high rank?
And I ended up just like heavily like editing it so that it sounded fine.
Content cop spin.
He really needed to put like a dead cat on his microphone, you know, like so just block that wind. Like this audio is just so bad. Why do you?
And by the way, the reason for me like caring so much about the audio is the opening skit was kind of windy, and the audio kind of sucked on it. I was able to fix it in editing, but where I was like outside of the police station and shit.
You even do.
But I figured it'd be better with no dialogue since I was gonna phase into the intro.
But the quirked up white boy shenanigans that he does in that intro is very much worth it. Completely makes up for my blown out eardrums.
That's pretty funny. What is he? How to basic? A lot of people have said like that my humor or at least like my sketch style is a little bit too much Filthy Frank and not enough iDubbbz, and I get that. I guess this guy is just a little bit too much How to Basic and not enough iDubbbz.
This is police brutality here. This is horrible. My biggest point of praise would be the pacing of this. It's not even 30 minutes long, but I feel like it explains so much. It gives a very brief overview of Anissa's relationship history with iDubbbz going all the way back to 2016. You can.
That's another thing I liked about this video is, and I'm not saying people couldn't talk about the same things that I did, but his focus was different from mine completely, and I feel like it serves on its own. It could stand on its own, and I really like. Obviously, I liked that because I made a similar video. And I think, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I thought it was like a really smart decision to have it stand on its own and not just rehash things that Like at the time when I made the video, like there was no rehash, but afterwards there was a ton, right? So it's like, I thought that was like a smart decision, and I thought it made it a pretty solid video.
Still follow along with what's going on. It really doesn't get lost in the weeds, which I think is an issue that a lot of especially YouTubers fall into, although it's not exclusive to them. And considering that this video was made in the wake of the Content Cop on H3, then you would think he would overly focus on that specifically, but no, this man is going through the whole history.
Man, I really wanted to do a sewer sketch. I looked up and down. There was no big sewers.
He definitely gives that new Content Cop its time. But he even goes into the Cart Narcs video that iDubbbz did, which is absolute garbage. If you've seen my reaction to that on stream, and also my iDubbbz crash out video. But the best part that really wraps up the Content Cop in general in a really nice package is the very ending, where this man claims that iDubbbz was always insecure about himself, which I'm sure that iDubbbz himself would probably say as much.
He is confident as he made himself seem in his prime. He's always been really fucking insecure, latching onto whatever group made him feel accepted. After the OnlyFans
That's probably true. That's probably true. He just had really cool friends.
He went on a date with in 2015, came out and called him weird and said that he didn't pay for their cheesecake factory.
I did see that. That was going to be about in Meet the Jamhas. That never happened.
Sam Hyde drama that I didn't even get into, but this all slowly whittled at his self-esteem until we have what we do today, which is pussy dubs.
Respect for this man for standing on business, saying that, yeah, even at his peak, he wasn't all that good, actually. He just happened to catch the wave that'd get him the most attention at the time. And the next one we have is actually a very interesting one, as it yields from an era before the big iDubbbz apology video of 2023. And also even came out before.
Yeah, I remember. This is when I was initially gonna make mine.
Before iDubbbz decide to attack Froggy Fresh directly. That would be the Content Copper by Can You Brah. It's called Content Copper because he's British. Get it? He's British. And
horrible.
I actually remember when this video came out, as obviously 2023 was a huge year for my channel and also a huge year for iDubbbz just being completely shat on. Now, considering this video is before all of that drama, this has the potential to either be very, very, very outdated, or this British guy is just Nostradamus. I'm open to both possibilities here. Now, this Content Cop is split into some very simple parts to break down all of his criticisms of iDubbbz. It starts off with the simp arc, obviously in 2020, with the whole iDubbbz and this OnlyFans drama, and a very poor response, just directly calling out his fans, which would then later become a reoccurring issue. Can You Brah would also highlight how iDubbbz would disavow his old content and then throw his old fans under the bus, implying that they were morally inferior for liking that content back then.
Yeah, you know, my old fans, the people that got me to the position where I am now. Yeah, those old fans that got me millions of views and gave me millions of subscribers. Yeah, those people. Fuck those people. Particularly
with his Content Cop on the Fine Bros.
What's up, Poogers?
Remember the Fine Bros?
The Fine Bros. The Fine Brothers.
Yeah, the Fine Bros. Those fine chaps that back in the day
Big Bungie was ahead of his time as well.
To monetize and copyright the word reaction, and then when they were called out for it by the commentary community, they fucking gave an awful response video. Yeah, those guys. It's a little awkward when I meet those guys, because it's just a goof and gaff,
After a short little skit, we then go see the Sam Hyde chapter. And wow, I watched the entire Truth About iDubbbz documentary, and I completely forgot just how pathetic iDubbbz seemed in this moment.
It's pretty rough.
I'm watching a bunch of different videos that are going over the same exact topics over and over again for this video. I will say that this Sam Hyde segment is probably the most unique out of the Content Cops, at least in terms of criticism, not in terms of the skit.
I felt like when I made mine that doing too much Sam Hyde stuff would it's kind of already been done. So I kind of left some of it out. I still covered it, but I didn't go crazy on it because that was done to death.
It's at all. Mostly because he's poking holes in the logical fallacies in iDubbbz's argument when it comes to his documentary.
But then in that same documentary, he also, when he's interviewing Sam Hyde, points to the post-irony statement, suggesting that
that weird post said it. I'm glad he pointed that out because I saw that too, and I thought that was so strange. like in the middle of talking, he was like clarifying to the audience that he was being ironic, but not to Sam.
Trying to give Sam a taste of his own medicine when it comes to not being clear about your intentions. The funny thing is, Idos himself states that he's not a big fan of doing this, that he doesn't really agree with this style of humor, of irony. So why is he trying to do it to Sam?
We would then get a segment on Anissa Joma and her past before meeting iDubbbz and how she behaves now.
That's
and
another
of course,
thing.
he would then use a clip of Sam.
That's another thing I initially avoided because, like, I feel like, again, that was also done to death. And I was trying to also, I rewatched my Content Cup iDubbbz recently. And I thought I was a little too charitable. Like, I thought I was, like, pretty charitable in some places. Other places I really wasn't. But I think I was mostly reasonable throughout the video. But I was a little nice to iDubbbz in certain aspects.
Hyde calling out Anissa to say.
No, he hasn't talked about me yet, which is just making me, you know, I'm anxiously awaiting
Creator Clash 2.
my lampoon.
What does that say about you and how up you are? They said that you used your Alzheimer's father as a like a dramatic prop.
Yeah.
That's what Creator Clash 1 was for? It was for Alzheimer's or something like that?
But must I say that Sam Hyde clip is actually a lot more damning on iDubbbz than the clip that he used for Sam Hyde in his actual video. And considering Sam Hyde is in the same room playing in this same exact Minecraft world in both of the clips, iDubbbz had to have actually seen Sam Hyde say that Anissa Joma does not care about her Alzheimer's-ridden father, but is just using him as a prop for Creator Clash. Like, how are you going to ignore that piece of criticism and then just focus on some pejoratives that Sam Hyde said?
Yeah, he said everyone hates him and his wife's a slut or something, and like said that Anissa had like jack-o'-lantern teeth or something. It's insane.
Only enough about this Creator Clash segment is that he's questioning the financials of Creator Clash 2 before iDubbbz just came out and said, yeah, we messed up, we lost money. What makes it even funnier that he's citing Bo Blacks of all people for this.
That's come out from this YouTuber who has suggested that each of the fighters
didn't they threaten to sue Bo Blacks
event that aren't going to the charities.
Obviously, in the rearview mirror, this video is a lot less interesting, given all that we know about iDubbbz now and what he's came out since. But there is one segment in this video that I rarely see anybody else address, and it's iDubbbz's hypocrisy when it comes to the banter between boxing opponents. Unfortunately, this unique aspect is not really.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about here. Like where he's like afraid to talk too much shit, and it's like all staged and it's fucked up, and they want to be different and stuff. Yeah, I found that weird too. But
double down on it all. It's just used as a clip side by side of him making fun of Alex Wasabi, which is probably more in a joking tone, versus the comments that Froggy Fresh made that would end up with him getting kicked off.
Yeah.
Then we cut to the final confrontation with iDubbbz in this Content Cup. Did you forget that there's supposed to be physical comedy in a Content Cup? Yeah, I sure have. And of course, it had to take place in a sewer. And yes, of course, it had to have a lightsaber fight. And of course, it had to have Star Wars do all the face music. And then, then it has Metal Gear Rising. Is this some like Metal Gear Rising Revengeance shit? Yep, of course. I knew it.
Interesting.
Now this next one that we have is actually very interesting because it's not actually by anybody who made a name for himself on YouTube. He literally made this one video and left, and I actually find that quite respectable. Now with that being said, obviously since he's not a YouTuber, he's not exactly going up to the standards you'd expect a seasoned veteran of making content would be. In fact, he did one of the worst things you can do as a YouTuber and have a bloody boring intro. For the first 50 seconds, you're just getting a quick history. And I'm assuming if you're watching a video called Content Cop iDubbbz, you probably know the brief history of iDubbbz.
Yeah.
But I am laying on the negativity quite...
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna have to disagree there. I do think it is valuable to have a brief little history segment, but you just gotta make it entertaining. And if you're gonna do it, you definitely need chapters because some people are gonna want to skip it. Like I noticed, like in my analytics, like that's probably like the most skipped part of a video, other than like an ad read or something.
thick, which, trust me, I actually did not have high standards going to this content comp at all. But when I actually went through it, it actually got better as I kept watching. It had a very slow start, but I actually quite enjoy it. I can actually respect the risky, bold decision to make the content comp theme not using the actual content comp, but the intro is using some other song. There we go. Okay, 1 minute in. This does not sound like the Otis McDonald.
You know, there was an attempt made to change things up, and it sounds like I'm sorry, I don't like the music.
That's a Waffle House. That's a Waffle House name tag. Does bro actually work at Waffle House? But you will get Otis McMusic in the very end of this video. He didn't completely neglect the song. And I will say, obviously, it's probably a better choice just to go with the original, but I will say the pacing of the skit at the beginning is quite good and actually matches the theme. He's even in the costume for just about the entire video, which can't be said for most people.
Hey, okay. The reason I was out of it in the first video, and by the way, Ian only did that for one content cop, I will tell you that. I saw a lot of criticism of that in the first time. He was only in the cop outfit the entire video for the first one. Like, he didn't do it for most of the other ones. Usually it was something related to it. And by the way, that was a re-recording later on. But for the main initial recording, I was in the cop outfit the whole time, okay?
Including iDubbbz's new content cop. I know, crazy. A content cop where you're actually wearing the content cop uniform. Who would have thought? Getting into the contents of the criticism itself.
To be fair, Ian only did that for the first one as well.
He makes it very clear that he's not going to get for the low-hanging fruit. He's not going to call him names. He's not going to quote-unquote bully iDubbbz. He's actually giving constructive criticism.
I don't really care much for bullying. I think it's kind of low-hanging fruit, if you ask me.
Sorry. Strong disagree.
I think he lingered on that point a little too long, but hey, it's a good principle to have.
Yeah, good for him. I'm not going to do that.
His whole chapter talking about the ego of iDubbbz and Anissa, I find to be very compelling. But I will say this definitely did not age all too well, considering that he literally calls for iDubbbz to remove the Tana Mojo content cop if he were to be consistent with his new principles, which iDubbbz later did when he apologized.
If y'all
I completely disagree.
Actually felt bad about the whole Tanamongu thing, then why are you just casually dropping this on a podcast? Why aren't you, I don't know, making a public apology? Why is the video?
Well, that's not the fundamental problem with the grift. The fundamental problem with the grift is it's kind of just a fuck you without acknowledging any of the criticism. And yeah, I guess there is some hypocrisy, but the point of the hypocrisy isn't the fact he still had the video up. It's the fact that he still acts like that. Just it's targeted towards different people with the veil of empathy now thrown in.
Video's still up. You know, I don't even really see a bit of remorse or a bit of real empathy on your face when you say it.
That's true.
Both of y'all are laughing about it, and it doesn't really seem like it's yeah, I shouldn't have done that. It's more like, hope y'all don't judge
me. The Tana
me.
thing is so weird, because even Tana was like, yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I deserved that. What do you mean? Like,
for it.
And he would constantly do this where he would say something, but within a month, iDubbbz would have his own apology video and then make the criticism irrelevant. Yeah. Which I think is really funny. Or maybe it's a sign that
I just don't think that was the best thing to criticize. I mean, it makes sense, but it's not necessarily the point.
iDubbbz actually listened to this guy's criticism. Going into the Sam Hyde chapter, I actually find this to be really good too, because at the very end, he just completely called out iDubbbz's bluff. Because why should iDubbbz be expecting Sam Hyde when recording the documentary to actually open up to him? Sam Hyde is first and foremost a shitposter, entertainer, comedian.
What the fuck did you think was gonna happen, dude? Like, honestly, you go to Sam Hyde's place and he just like, opens up to you out of all people. Dude was just
was not gonna happen.
Trying to provide some entertainment since you were gonna punk him anyways, and B, he was probably.
For the longest time, I never necessarily thought that Ian was trying to punk Sam. That Ian did have some like genuine intentions, with a little bit like a worry, and he probably did kind of want to make Sam look bad. But I think he did genuinely want to learn things. Now, I don't know so much. Now I've kind of like, with his behavior now, it just kind of seems like, you know what, he probably was just being an asshole.
Just trying to flex a little bit too. I mean, like, might as well just let the guy do it. What's the worst that could happen? You get some, I don't know, entertainment on your fucking channel?
Out of all the criticism, I'd probably say that the Sam Hyde chapter is probably the ones that stuck the most, especially considering it's not being as covered as much by the other content cops, because right after it's covering Anissa and then Creator Clash and the Froggy Fresh drama. I have been covering that on and off for like 3 years now. I've been inundated with the Froggy Fresh drama. And for some reason, he decides to add in a funk segment where it's an edit of Mudahar reading the tweets out.
Wouldn't have the fight if not for her. That's why, numbnut. Of course, Froggy Fresh says, yo, hit me up to beat up your daughter's BF, Lamau. Lamau. Lamau.
It wasn't all that entertaining. My feelings on Mudahar aside, but I guess they got the information across. I mean, I don't want to be too hard on him because this is his first YouTube video, at least the only one that's public on this channel. And for a first YouTube video, this sure is better than anything I could do. I mean, have you seen the first few videos on this channel?
Oh, it's much better than my first video on YouTube where I was like, how old was I? Was it like 9 or 10? I don't know.
You don't want to. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. For as amateurish as it is, I do have a soft spot for it. Even if it...
And it's still up. I've never deleted it. Well, actually, no, my real first YouTube video is deleted, and I wish I never did it. But it was like me in my living room asking people for like a Minecraft tutorial on like, I forget what it was, but for Xbox 360. And I deleted it in like a day. And I wish I never did because it's gone now, because that was technically my first YouTube video ever.
Is a bunch of talking points that we've already heard before, and I've had to been hearing and even making throughout the past 3 years. I'm still finding it hard to believe that 2023 was 3 years ago. There's a really nice detail. At 2 minutes in, he just starts shaving off his beard, leaving...
I want to shave my head for a video, but my girlfriend won't let me. And typically, I would just say, hey, fuck you, man. I do what I want. But... the fact that she doesn't want me to shave my head, I get it, because I don't want to be bald either. So, but I thought it would have been really funny, or like to like do something. She obviously wouldn't leave me over, but she really does not want that to happen. Like really strongly does not want that to happen. And I think it'd be funny, but I also don't want to do it. But I also do a lot of things I don't want to do because they're funny.
Only a month.
Would I do it for $500? A little more than that, maybe 5,000.
Mustache. It's not like he had a bad beard, but it is the quintessential cop aesthetic to have only a mustache. And he pulls it off quite well, I must say. And I...
Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh. We got a handsome fella on screen. Okay. All right. Tear into me, homie. Tear into me.
I think I saved the best one for last because we have the most recent...
Hey! Let's go! I'm the best one. I wasn't expecting such niceness.
And I think I saved the best one for last because we have the most recent and the one you most likely have already watched.
Okay. Let's not jack me off too hard here. Okay, I'm already coming.
One by CameronF305.
Who's that?
Whereas the others I've reacted to for the most part were posted in 2023, a lot of them before iDubbbz made his infamous apology video, CameronF305 was mostly inspired by the content comp on H3H3 back in 2025.
Yes. I've said this in a few interviews before, but I initially wanted to make the video in 2023 after Creator Clash 2 failed, and I didn't end up doing it. I wanted to be charitable because I used to be a fan, and in hindsight, I'm very happy I made that decision because I dropped my video at the perfect time.
And funny enough, so many events kept happening after that content comp on H3H3 that Cameron had to keep updating the video after he was recording it like weeks later.
Yeah, I remember booting up that stream. I was so pissed off the second I saw that video. I was like, oh my God. I have to. He dropped content, deputy. Are you fucking kidding me? I was so pissed off. The video was about like 90% done. I was so excited. I was ready. I was going to be ahead of the jump. Content Deputy drops. I fucking...
to give updates on Creator Clash 3, which would later get canceled. Not to mention the later Content Deputy iDubbbz would post himself. iDubbbz really found an op in the most strange of places because CameronF305 was an iDubbbz fan.
It's true.
This guy actually went to Creator Clash 2 and
I wonder if you could, on the actual Creator Clash 2 stream, you can see me in the audience, which is really funny because I had like, I didn't have floor seats, but I like was on the lowest bleacher.
Tampa, Florida. Yes, the same Creator Clash 2 that failed, lost a bunch
it was about 30 minutes away from me.
of money, kicked Froggy Fresh off, but it was supposed
I was also a vocal critic of those decisions.
to go to charity, at least we all thought. And Cameron, before he became the new content cop, he was doing Five Nights at Freddy's fan games and music for the Yandere simulator.
No, we don't know.
That really is an unfortunate man to ever be associated with.
Ain't that the fucking truth? Oh my God. Ain't that the truest thing I've ever heard in my life? Holy shit. Can we get a truth nuke? Oh my God. I'll never escape it. I can't. Oh my God. I'll never escape that shit. God damn it. I didn't know there was going to be jump scares in this fucking video.
He was doing Five Nights at Freddy's fan games and
One fan game. Okay.
And music for the Yandere simulator. Yandere Dev really is an unfortunate man to ever be associated with. But
you know what's funny? I still get residual checks from doing that music for it being on platforms. I still get residuals. It's like a nice like $600 a month. Like people still listen to it. I learned the other day I have like 25,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. I'm like, what the fuck? Like my music on Spotify from that era is still growing. And I'm just like, what? Like I've just been so enamored with like my YouTube career that I like sometimes forget like, oh, there's still like an audience that still consistently listens to that old music.
Enough of the context surrounding the video, let's just talk about the video itself. A breath of fresh air considering the previous videos we were watching actually starts
I gotta refresh my brain a little bit. No!
Associated with. But enough of the context surrounding the video, let's just talk about the video itself. A breath of fresh air considering the previous videos we were watching actually starts at the iDubbbz apology video. It's not going into all of the drama when it comes to Froggy Fresh right off the bat. It will be mentioned, however, but it's mostly to
I thought it was important to save stuff like that. And I generally, if I like do like a brief history, I like to give like what I'll call like plot points to reference back to if it's like pertinent later on. But I feel like if I go too in detail early on, then it's obviously uninteresting. But I think the pacing ended up being really good. When's the next content cup? Hopefully within the next couple of weeks.
What are iDubbbz's new principles? And using the hypocrisy argument of iDubbbz's new principles that he proclaimed in 2023 versus what he's doing in his 2025 content cop on H3H3.
Right. I was very autistically like obsessed with having that tie-in. Like that had to be an important thing. So like that's part of like I guess the process is you just want to have plot points to reference to. But if you like you can reference things from those plot points.
If you remember in his addressing the Froggy Fresh situation video, iDubbbz was very much against using the hypocrisy when it comes to his old videos versus him now. Obviously, that was before his apology video. He should be held up to the standards he set for himself, which he's obviously not following when it comes to H3H3, a friend that he had for nearly a decade before squandering it.
True. Dude, where did you get that information from?
A really good inclusion to have at the very beginning of the video is his argument that
I'm fucking with you.
It just makes very bad videos nowadays, which if you looked at iDubbbz,
dude, oh my God, there was like 5 different like videos that I was going to talk about. I had to shorten that segment. It was just so boring.
This lineup from that apology video until 2025. Yeah, it's bad.
It's pretty fucking bleak.
Remember back in 2023.
Why is he telling the truth?
I would occasionally stream reactions to iDubbbz videos, see what he's actually up to, and it's genuinely the most boring shit ever. That's why I had to stop. It just became boring. There was nothing incendiary to it. There was nothing really to react to. How am I supposed
he just seems like depressed and uninterested throughout it.
To react to ants on a log? Why did iDubbbz think it would be entertaining to post ants on a log? What is he he doing?
And here's the thing, he could have done that and like just existed, but he also had to make a big hoopla about it and virtue signal constantly about his change
here. But clearly iDubbbz did see that
he could have made bad content on his own.
Were very much waning because he's just not entertaining. So he decided to just switch up and basically become a bread tuber, making political arguments for videos, not even trying to be funny or entertaining at all.
Right.
And that will segue us right into the Content Cop on H3H3 segment. And what Cameron does magnificently well here is that he establishes who iDubbbz is currently friends with, especially the ones that were featured in the video, like Frogan, like Denims, like Sean DeBlack.
Dude, fuck. How many jump scares are we gonna have in this video?
And obviously like Hassan Piker. And then he contrasts that with how iDubbbz decided to throw H3H3 under the bus.
You like unsippable ads?
After he had a minor disagreement with Hassan Piker, which blew way out of proportion over a country in the Middle East that neither of them currently live in. All of this sets the stage at
I like how he said currently, because I'm pretty sure Ethan used to live in Israel.
The Middle East that neither of them currently live in. All of this sets the stage at completely debunking everything said in the Content Cop on H3.
Apologies
it was
for the
so
mic
bad,
interference.
it made me sympathetic for H3. This response to this Content Cop may be the most thorough dissection of this video that I have ever seen.
Maybe? I don't know. Thank you.
Maybe the most thorough dissection of this video that I have ever seen. Obviously, H3's responses, the multiple that he gave, were very thorough in his own right, but obviously he went a little too far into the weeds talking about a fucking anime sword that Hassan Piker bought. And obviously, since it was live.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, I get why, because if his current principles, his current values is to be this like leftist, you know, woke soldier now, and like ultra socialist or whatever, then he should know very well about dog whistles, and that choosing the sword with the swastika on it is probably going to be perceived as a Nazi dog whistle.
For the most part, and H3's video response was much shorter than this. It shouldn't exactly be expected that H3 would have every clip on hand necessary to completely debunk iDubbbz instantly. Right. But considering H3H3 has decided to prop up Cameron, then I suppose they have an alliance there.
Hey, shout out to Ethan. I actually, funnily enough, I did speak with Ethan the other day. He watched the Twitch video. He enjoyed that. So that was nice. That was cool. Yeah, no, Ethan's still cool. Shout out to Ethan.
I have to give kudos considering Cameron is not doing a very dry response. He is actually having humor in there, very similar to how iDubbbz would actually do it way back then.
Quite honestly, I should have known that the second you decided any of those tattoos that make you look like a reformed skinhead looked good to you. Maybe it was the LASIK surgery that went a little too deep into your eyes and melted your brain. Maybe Sam Hyde kicked you too hard. Okay, this guy's kind of funny. I genuinely think that he looks like he's got the fluoride stare ever since he got LASIK. Like, I don't know what happened, but he went all cross-eyed. Like, is that like a thing that just happens? Too deep into your eyes and melted your brain. Maybe Sam Hyde kicked you too hard. Cameron, please. God, my mic quality. Like, I way overcompressed my mic back then. Oh, it kills me. Stop being a cyber belly.
Which brings me to another point to speak to why this video just got so many more views than the other ones. It's probably the timing, but for the most part, it has to do with the excellent aesthetics and actually understanding what made iDubbbz appealing way back when.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to say, like, earlier. A lot of the things that like stopped me from doing one in 2023 was that it was like seen as a kind of cringe thing to do because no one kind of understood the formula at all. They just thought getting in a cop outfit and doing something goofy in the first 30 seconds counted, and then having like a generic commentary video. Like, and I was just really motivated to do it because I loved that type of content, and it was really fun to do with my friends. Like, it was just like hanging out with my friends. We were just shitting around and joking and filming it and doing retarded shit, and it was funny.
This is the most authentic Content Cop that I have seen since 2017.
No, it's just Content Cop, dude. What are you talking about?
And that is including the new one that iDubbbz posted just last year. The comedy skit at the very beginning, obviously to the tune of
I wonder if you got a good booger out of that.
Otis McMusic, feels just like it could have been.
Okay, side tangent.
Obviously to the tune of Otis McMusic.
This is really autistic, but the fact that my shirt is untucked in this has always pissed me off.
Feels just like it could have been from one of those old content cops. The humor, it is very much iDubbbz. There is definitely Cameron's own taste in there. There was definitely a FNAF 2 jump scare sound in there.
There was a FNAF 1 jump scare too, and Frogan appeared
multiple times throughout the video. I don't remember iDubbbz doing that, but you know what? You know what?
I was trying to modernize it a bit, and I continuing to do that.
Badges for Cameron now. This dude somehow
the badges for Cameron? Who's that?
Managed to raise more money for cancer charity than iDubbbz did in Creator Clash 2.
Did I do that?
Or Creator Clash 3 for that matter, considering Creator Clash 3 got canceled.
Well, to be fair, we were up against like negative $200,000, so I think it would have been pretty easy. I think you could give a penny to a Goodwill and you'd probably win.
Cop really is lightning in a bottle. Like, it had to take somebody.
Oh wait, no, Ian had the YouTube fundraiser, and that also didn't make as much as our video did. Man, we did pretty good, huh?
Canceled. This content cop really is lightning in a bottle. Like, it had to take somebody who is definitely socially awkward. I am a
hey
Baba Booey.
Oh, fuck you. In a video game, I'm actually Cameron, okay? I'm not that socially awkward. Am I? Maybe. I don't know. I'm definitely not autistic. But what's funny is my friends are definitely more, or at least the people I was filming with, my friends, a lot more socially awkward with me, a lot more unwilling to do certain shit. I had to there was a bit of push that I had to do to be able to to get some of the shots I wanted. But hey, fuck you.
Is lighting in a bottle. Like, it had to take somebody who is definitely socially awkward. I am assuming things right now, but since he was literally making music for Yandere somewhere, I'm just gonna assume
you can eat my butthole.
Socially awkward.
I was 15.
He knew what the internet was like back in 2016. He knew the group that iDubbbz surrounded himself with and what his enemies were back in 2016. And he can definitely.
I love the Washington Redskins logo in that car.
Just pinpoint every single point that changed along the way. How iDubbbz went from point
the fucking ass scratch, and the fact that you can clearly see him wearing basketball shorts underneath the thing, because I wanted to easily change and I want to get in my undies at a public park in front of children.
A to point B all the way,
because I had to switch out my outfits because I also did the Henry Handjob sketch here.
Way down to hell. This is the most thorough.
What was he saying? I'm commenting too much on me instead of what he's actually saying. I should probably listen.
2016, he assumed he was socially awkward.
You assumed wrong.
He knew.
I don't know. Maybe I am. I guess you really can't tell.
The internet was like back in 2016. He knew the group that iDubbbz surrounded himself with and what his enemies were back in 2016. And he can definitely just pinpoint.
The poster is insane.
Every single point that changed along the way. How iDubbbz went from point A to point B all the way down to hell. Yeah. This is the most thorough takedown.
The Wind was a paid actor there. That was so funny. The fact the Wind just blew that back into the grill.
One of iDubbbz I have ever seen. Despite it being 90 minutes long, a literal feature-length movie.
Yeah, it wasn't originally that long. It was about an hour long originally, and then Constant Deputy dropped.
It does not feel like it's that long. The runtime does not feel.
I try. I do try. I try to keep the pacing.
Like it's bloated. He talked about everything that he needed to say without any extra fluff or filler. And since that one video was so good, Cameron decided to just take it all the way, and now he's just.
Bad choice to compare yourself with? Well, I was just thinking of socially awkward people. Not I wasn't trying to compare myself to Chris Chan. I was comparing socially awkward people, and Chris Chan is just my default socially awkward person.
The content, he's just
because he raped his mom. Oh, not because he raped his mom, because he's autistic.
He's still making content cops, and it's so funny. If you were to look at his channel, his newest videos right now, you can see that the reason why he's just going with the content cop, because every single video where he tries to not do a content cop, it just doesn't get nearly as many views.
That's a fucked up comparison. That fair, but hey, the Twitch video isn't doing too bad. It's doing like Sleeper. It's approaching 50,000, I believe. So It's happening over time. By the way, it's not the only reason. There's probably definitely some internal, like, that's definitely internally somewhat there, but that's not like my main intent or reasoning. By the way, the gaming has changed a lot. Video sucks. My least favorite video I've made since I made the switch, and the views reflect it. It's a shitty comparison. But for my channel size at the time, the Innuendo Studios video was like, it got like 15,000 views when I only had 30K subs. That was pretty damn good for my channel at the time. That was actually insanely good for my channel. The video where I kind of just give like an update is like 30,000 views. And for a channel, I think I uploaded that at around 70K. That was pretty damn good. And then the latest video, I have 80K now. Nearly 50,000 views on a channel with 80K. I'd say all my videos do well. And I'm very happy with the views wise. Obviously, the content cops go way above all my expectations. My normal videos before content cop would barely crack 1,000. Yeah, and even the videos on this channel are pretty good for the size of the channel. I think about it proportionally and just the channel growth, right? So not necessarily, obviously the content cops help. I'm not gonna front, right? They get great views. But even if they didn't, I'd still probably do them because the thing that my main motivator is that I have fun with it, and it's about something I really want to talk about, right? The music, I mean, well, those are like sleeper videos. When I uploaded those initially, they got about the same views. Over time, they just constantly grow because like that's how music works. You just go back and replay it. Like those are like timeless videos. You can't really stop the growth there. Yeah, I kind of like making timeless content, and as long as the growth is proportional, like if I'm not even cracking 1/10 of my sub count, then yeah, I'll consider, oh, that's a huge flop. Even the Stop Killing Games video I think was a flop. Even though it passed that threshold, I still think it was a pretty bad video. I'm not proud of it. Video essay was fun to watch. Hey, I appreciate it.
Maybe if the content cop career goes under, he'll actually get back to working on Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. But
never gonna happen. That's wishful thinking, buddy.
Who knows? With all that said and done, I think it's time that we rank the content cop videos. Well, I don't
keep the music up. Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping it up. I never really thought to delete it. I deleted some of the other that stuff related videos though.
Think any
privated them.
You're bad by
after the controversy.
By any right, I would rank them as such.
Oh, we have a tier list.
Cameron's is.
Let's fucking go, dude.
The S tier, as you could probably guess.
Let's go. We're S tier, baby. I'm gay. Okay.
By Nuggs TV, who I put in A tier. B tier would be Can You Brah, the content copper, the British one. And C tier, I would go with
British.
YouTube's, which C is a pretty...
Where's Bungie? I think Bungie's probably S up there with yours truly.
Good tier, considering that's his one and only video on the channel. Assuming he has no prior experience to this is actually really good.
Jesus, mother.
Good news. We can finally be bees.
What a fucking liar, dude.
S tier god.
Mother Mary. Thank you, one fat pup for the 100. Let's go, S tier, baby.
As a reminder, I may do a part 2 if there's enough interest, so be sure to comment down below what other...
I'd be interested to hear his feedback on the other content cop videos that I've made. Awesome video. No, thank you. I actually didn't expect the glaze sesh that we just got, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So I'm again gonna link this guy's video. Go give him some love. He's a smaller channel. He's got about 20K. Go give it some love. I appreciate it. But also, fuck you for the comments about my other videos not doing as good. Okay, because that's true, but just kidding. I don't know. I thought it was funny. It was a good video. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna piss and then we're gonna get into the Tycoon. So I'll be right back.